It only took this Alabama basketball team 3 days to go from the spanky to the spanker.
Locked On Bama, your daily podcast on the Alabama Crimson Tide. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hey, everybody, and welcome into Locked On Bama. Luke Robinson here with an instant reaction video from the absolute whitewashing of Vanderbilt. Absolutely incredible. Alabama just put on a masterful performance tonight. Exactly what they needed. There's no doubt about it. Frankly, the game is still going on right now, 2 minutes and 23 seconds left. But Alabama's up by 54, so I figure I could go ahead and knock this on out. Well, now they hit a 3. So 51. Anyway, what a performance tonight from everybody involved. Brandon Miller just situating himself, is that a word? To be the re-solidifying his position as the number one freshman in the country. He had a couple of off games in a row, off by his standards. And now he comes back tonight with 22 points, a tomahawk dunk that was incredible. Really, one of his better plays was an alley-oop that was not meant to be, and he had the wherewithal to not try and put it down and just bring it down and take it back out. He's just so damn good. I mean, he's arguably the best player in Alabama history, and it might not be arguable anymore. He might just be that. How about Nimari Burnett? I mean, just money tonight, absolute money. So much fun to watch. This is what we've been waiting on from Nimari Burnett. I've been trying to, sorry, I'm looking over here. I'm looking, and now we got 99 points. I want us to get to 100. I mean, sue me. Charles Bediako, he was really on his game tonight. Jaden Bradley, I thought he looked good. He had a 3 tonight. I mean, that's not his forte, but he hit one tonight. Then, man, I don't even know what else to say. I mean, y'all watch the game. Y'all know how many guys played well. I guess if you want to nitpick and say, well, there was an issue. Oh, I'm going to stop myself. Rylen Griffen, as he's still on the court. Unbelievable. This is a guy that's just as Alabama gets over 100 now. Rylen Griffen is phenomenal. He is phenomenal. He is not going to get the recognition he deserves, but I'm telling you, he can be the straw that stirs this drink later on when the Tide hits tournament time. I'm telling you, this guy can be one of the key cogs in the wheel. I'm not even sure what a cog is, but he can be one of those. He is fantastic. I mean, he had a little run of his own tonight, a 5-0 run of his own, where he gets a 3 and then he makes a steal and he gets a dunk. He did the same thing against Oklahoma, by the way, and it was a 5-0 one-man run. I don't even know if that's a run, but I'll call it that. And that's just the kind of player he is. He just comes in and makes a difference. And he's not, he didn't complain about minutes. And that's another thing I want to say about this team. There were several times in the game where they showed the bench in this contest. And no matter who was out there, no matter what was going on, when they showed the Tide bench and the team was doing well, all the guys were going nuts. Even the guys that weren't getting as many minutes as maybe they would be thinking they should be getting. Nick Pringle comes to mind. Nick Pringle, they showed him just going ballistic one time, ballistic in a good way, that we were on a big run. And I was thinking, man, I don't even know if Pringle's played yet. I just love seeing that. The camaraderie from this team. They talked about how tough the practice was after the Oklahoma game. But you know what? And maybe this is a sign from up above. I had a colonoscopy today. I've talked about it on the podcast. Maybe, you need about a day and a half of prep to do a colonoscopy. And maybe Alabama needed a couple of days after that Oklahoma game. The colonoscopy itself isn't that bad, by the way. The procedure is nothing. It's the prep that's terrible. And I think that, this team, they needed a colonoscopy after the Oklahoma game, and they got all of that out of their system. And now here they are back on track. Vandy's not very good. I'm not pretending that they are. They had 2 guys running to each other's heads and knock each other out of the game practically, and have each other both bleeding, and they got Band-Aids on opposite eyes like the Corsican twins. But regardless, this is what you do. This is what you do after a moment like Oklahoma. You come home, you play in front of a good crowd. I mean, what a nice crowd tonight. 7:30 game, weather's terrible, deflating loss. Appreciate the Alabama fan base for coming out tonight. That was big. I want to go back to what I said earlier about could you find something to nitpick? Okay, I'm going to do it because I mean, I guess that's what I have to. I don't want to be just an unbelievable homer. I'm beginning to feel sorry for Dominic Welch. He's not finding it. I'm still maintain that this guy's going to help us big time in a game sometime this year. He hit a 3-pointer against Mississippi State. We won by 3. He hit a 3-pointer at the end of the first half. We ended up winning by 3. I guess you could count that, but I think Dominic Welch is going to do something for this team, but you can see the frustration literally all over his body. I mean, everybody else is nailing threes. Everybody else is making dunks and steals and rebounds and this and that. And Dominic Welch, man, he had a couple open threes. He just couldn't hit them. And then he had a couple of steals even. I don't know if it was steals. Maybe it was a rebound. And he's, making his way down the court. And one of the Vandy players sort of slaps it out and it goes off of him. You can see he's almost exasperated. And I feel for the guy, but be patient, Dom. I really believe that he's going to come around and he's going to do something big for this team. Maybe I'm the only one. Maybe me and Mama Welch are the only 2 people on the planet who believe that. I do believe that. I just see him out there. And I believe Nate Oates believes in him. That's why he's playing so much. So, look, huge win. Got another big game coming up against LSU on Wednesday night. I say it's a big game because it's just like Gene Stallings used to say, if you don't think Saturday is a big game, just lose it. LSU's not very good. They hadn't been able to beat anybody. We beat them by 40. It's time to make the Darius Miles thing come full circle. If y'all remember, Darius Miles incident happened the night or morning after the LSU beat down by 40 points. And now we get to play LSU at their place. Let's make this close the circle on this thing. Let's be done with it. And if tonight didn't do it, which was another beatdown of epic proportions, let's make Saturday close that circle. All right, I want to talk about FanDuel. You see them right down here, fanduel.com/lockedon. Love these guys. So happy that they're back on board with us or on board with us. Make every moment more. Place your first $5 bet to get $150 in free bets. Win or lose, visit fanduel.com/lockedon today to get started. I'm telling you, you will love this this website. It's so much fun. FanDuel really is a ton of fun. We've all signed up as Locked On host, and it's been a blast to be with FanDuel. We're really excited about them being a new sponsor. They're the #1 sportsbook in America. And if you're new to FanDuel, that's even better. They have so many great features that make betting on sports fun and easy. If you took Alabama minus 14.5, you could have taken Alabama minus, I don't know, 50.5, or I can't do the math real quick. Sorry. I thought it looked 57. Did we beat them by 57 points? Is that right? Am I reading that right? Yeah. And if you bet on Alabama minus 56.5, guess what? You got some cash money from FanDuel. So basketball fans, place your first $5 bet to get $150 in free bets, win or lose, at fanduel.com/lockedon. Make every moment more. Official sportsbook of the NFL. That's FanDuel. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Look, I couldn't not do an instant reaction video. So awesome game. And be back with Jimmy and me tomorrow. We're going to have our regular podcast in the morning. We're going to do mostly football stuff. We got Senior Bowl talk. We got coordinator talk. We got recruiting talk. It's National Signing Day, the second one tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be any action for us, but we may talk about some of that. You guys have demanded more football versus basketball stuff. I get that. But, man, this basketball team deserves props. I hope everybody's turning out for the games and turning out on the TV and doing all that stuff, because this team deserves the recognition and the love. Thank you guys for showing us love. Thank you guys for subscribing to our channel. Roll Tide. We will talk tomorrow.